Hello, I'm Simon. Welcome to my workshop. In this video I'm going to be setting up a whiteboard for my workshop. Let's get tinkering. Being organised in the workshop is more than knowing where you left your tools or your workflow. You need lists. Lists structure your thoughts, help motivate you, show your progress and achievements. Now, I'm not going full Kanban today, as most people won't know what this is. I'm just setting up a whiteboard for keeping track of jobs that need to be done. A whiteboard needs dry white markers and a cloth, so I'll also be making holders for these from scraps to keep next to the whiteboard. The board itself is from an old IKEA desk. It included a whiteboard backing and shelves. I've simply cut it to size using a hand saw. The board has been propped against the wall for about 6 months, so proper fitting is well overdue. I start by piloting some holes in a pine board. I'm using the fence on my DIY pillar drill table to ensure they are all the same distance from the edge. I then expand these pilot holes using some cheap Chinese Forstner bits. I drill from both sides. This is why I piloted the hole first, to ensure I don't get any blowout in the back. Once I have all these cut, I flip the board and start cutting to create dishes with the Forstner bit. I don't want these holes to go all the way through. I do want them to be all the same depth, but I'm just eyeballing it because my drill bit doesn't have a depth gauge and it isn't that critical to the project in any case. Here are some of my top tips when creating lists. 1. It's always a good idea to cheat and add a few that you've recently completed. This gives you a sense of achievement and will motivate you to do more. 2. For big jobs, consider breaking them down into smaller projects. This will show your progress and keep you motivated to complete the big job. 3. Don't just wipe your completed jobs off the board. You need a sense of achievement, so tick them or cross them out, but don't remove them. You can always wipe them off when you need the space. This also helps those around you know what the hell you've been doing when tinkering in your workshop all day. 4. Remember to include the chores you've been asked to do so that your family can see the benefit of you tinkering in your workshop. Having cut all the holes, I now used my bandsaw to cut the pieces out of the board. Note the piece with the holes drilled all the way through is cut shorter than the piece with the holes that are only cut to a depth of about 5mm. The reason for this will become clear later. These small workshop projects are great for practicing your skills, and of course they help tidy your workshop by using up old stock and providing storage for items that would otherwise be left on horizontal surfaces. I don't know how much time I've lost looking for whiteboard markers, but this project will fix that. I clean up the teeth marks left by the bandsaw with a quick sand on my sanding board, and then quickly sand the rest of the parts to soften the edges. I found a scrap of 5mm hardwood ply. This will be the back of the pen holder. I've marked out the shape I want it to be and drill a hole for the screw, which will be used to fix it to the wall. I then cut out the part on the bandsaw. I could have used my router circle cutting jig, but it's such a small piece I decide the bandsaw will be quicker. The edges are then hand sanded to remove any splinters. I can now glue everything up, using the square to keep the parts aligned and removing the excess glue with an old rag. I use the nail gun to hold the bottom part in place, but can't do the same for the top part as the tacks would penetrate the holes. Finally, it's just a matter of fixing it to the wall next to the whiteboard. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I for one feel more organised already. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see what's coming up next, then please subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.